We're here on the Sunday stream. We are about to get a return of our own, and it's going to be the Texans offensive playbook. I know some people were looking forward to checking this out, so let's dive right into it. You see the single back jumbo Z, the ace twins, the bunch base, the tight doubles, the doubles, and the wide trips Texan. So we'll come out in the jumbo Z just to see what they have. It doesn't look like they have a counter, doesn't look like they have a power O, doesn't look like they have anything too special from their version of the jumbo. But we'll just see. It looks like the smash could be pretty decent. We have two really good run blocking tight ends right there in Gronk and Vernon Davis. They can't get any push right there against looks like a pretty nice defense front that he's using. So their I form, they also have the tight pair with a stretch with a zone weak. So that could be pretty useful. And then they have gun split Texan. So let's see if we go to the power O. What does he go with? See if the edge is available here for the gun 2-back power O. It is. Gronk makes a block, and AP is going to go off to the races. So Texans playbook starting out pretty good for us. Can't complain. We really only looked at the under center formations for the most part. I didn't see anything that was like, wow, this could be the meta. But we'll explore the rest of their shotgun plays on our next drive.
Play action. It's Roethlisberger. He's going to let this one go deep.
TJ Ward off the Champ Bailey pick, grabs it. We have the gun empty base, the empty Y flex, and the empty Texan. So they have 3 empty sets, plus a spread with tight doubles on. Obviously, they're going to have to play cross wheels. If you're just looking at this Texans playbook for the first time, you're like, man, I need a good pass. Well, this is kind of the play for you. There are some adjustments you can make to it that will make it a little bit better, but for general situations, especially man-to-man, this is like the perfect play. And go to Gronk on the possession catch just right across the middle. So I would say if you're starting the Texans playbook, this is where you start with tight doubles on. Now they obviously have a bunch weak, just like every playbook. We've seen that trail play before in others. It's pretty good. You have the Z-spot dig route. You've got the inside cross. Then you have trips tight end, and then you have Y trips halfback weak. Now I know they used to have, I think, U trips, or maybe it's renamed, or maybe they just made it more like kind of how every book has. But that allowed us to get to the edge right there. A nice seal at the tight end position. And AP's having a nice day so far. Looks like he is in the cover 2 invert. You have a gun doubles, which I've seen in less playbooks than I've expected to see. And if you just kind of like to make fun reads and mix up your offense a little bit, it can be a good one. The gun ace pair flex is kind of actually pretty rare. So let's see what we have. Just kind of the way the 2 tight ends are lined up. Now AP sneaking out of the backfield on a dragon route is really good. And we hit him with the overthrow off of the playmaker, but I would pass on the ace pair flex. The Y trips halfback weak. Has a buck sweep. Let's give it a go, guys. If you don't know, in Madden 25, this was probably the best play in the game from the San Francisco playbook. And right there, wow, it's pretty good. Man, 67 shot out of a cannon. But he didn't target the guy because the guy was blocked, but he block shed as soon as he passed him, so that's what went wrong right there. But I think that could be a pretty good run right there, actually. On 3rd and 14, we might go to one of their empty sets. They have the empty Texan, which is like the empty Eagle, empty Saint, and then they have one of these plays. Stick and nod's not something I generally run a ton of, but we're going to try it here. He didn't rush anybody. He usered it pretty well, but Marvin Harrison's kind of just too smooth and is able to beat his user for a nice gain. So a nice play out of the 5 wide right there. You know, we can look at their weak real quick. Obviously, they have the draw shot and the deep shot. Actually, don't hate this week. Let's see if this halfback blast is any good. But they have 3 kind of good passing plays from this week, so maybe if you wanted to run more weak and you didn't want to use the Falcons playbook, this would be something you could go to. I like that RB out of the backfield's on a drag. He's going to burn that linebacker underneath. And AP is going to take it down to the 3-yard line. And this is a pretty nice playbook. It's been working better for us. Sometimes, like the playbooks that I consider the meta or the niche playbooks that have the actual like best plays, like Bengals, Broncos, I've struggled with those in the reviews. But then sometimes these playbooks that don't maybe have every play or are just kind of more generic, I do better with, because when you just kind of don't have a scheme, you're just kind of calling different random plays, it's a little easier, I find, to get what you need. Here we just go right off the edge. Like, there's no reason to pass right there and try a new play. Like, run it 2 times, see if they can stop you, and you'll be all set. Might shade underneath. Run should be locked.
They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger.
And we get the pick with Ray. So Texans, like we said, here's some of their under center. They have this single back tight doubles. It's got a lot of this Texans cross, Texans under, some of the stuff. A slot corner built in with a stretch. I think this could be a really nice formation. I think I saw this in the Ravens, and then I think I saw this in one other playbook. I explored it some. It's a lot of routes. There's a lot of dots potentially here. It might go off the right side here. Hopefully these 2 guys can block nicely for me at the edge, and we get a missed tackle by my opponent, and AP is going to break this one all the way downfield. Now, that stretch right there mixed with all those other close runs and plays, like those, that's the reason I'm a huge fan of this playbook. Maybe Washington had it, or they had something like that with the close, but you've got to keep an eye out. You want to make sure you're making those plays all look the same. Sometimes when they have those built-in runs like that, if you quick audible, they'll change formations. But Texans playbook, it's been working out. Like I said, last game we used the Bengals playbook and we got smacked. I would say that if I was going to go to a tournament, I would use the Bengals playbook before I'd use the Texans. But this game we just so happened to be winning 21-0 instead of losing 21-0 with the Texans. Can't let this bunch trail high point beat us. Can't let this bunch trail high point beat us. Sack, fumble, pick it up. Let's go, Wilson, get on it. We need to run some clock down from this Texans playbook. They have trips tight end. Do they have, they have an inside zone and a counter, but it would be really nice if they had an off tackle style run right here, but it looks like we will get stopped after just one game. We do have 7 carries for 175 yards in this Texans playbook so far. Like I said, their tight pair has the stretch, but it's kind of lacking the rest of the runs that you would normally find in an effective scheme from this. I think we could hit this off the edge, though. He's kind of light in personnel, it looks like. So we're just trying to see if we can get a block, and we do. An AP falls forward. I think we got the first down right there. Makes it 3rd and inches. Unfortunately, couldn't go all the way, but we'll just grab a quick QB sneak and pick up the inches. All right, so we grabbed that with Rodgers. He got 2 yards for us, and it's just a question you got to say, like, what plays does my playbook have when I need to run the ball, when I need to run the clock down, when I need to slow a drive down? Like, what can we do? You have the stretches, obviously good runs. Can you make some fake hot routes to get your opponent thinking that you might pass? Can you use AP? Can you use motions to maybe throw off some of the alignments of the defense that they're going to try and put against you? What else can you do? How can you make life difficult for your opponent? Those are all questions that we ask. This guy's got a pretty decent, I think he's in a 3-3-5. I feel like he watches us, and he's in position to stop the edge runs with the defense that he's using. But I don't know if he's set to stop maybe the inside runs. I feel like 2nd and 11 is a decent time to find that out, to get the clock going in the 4th quarter. let him spread out his defense and line a little bit. It's just that one user in the middle, and then it could be pretty dangerous. So if he gets going left or right here, yeah, we got what we need. And AP picks up a couple more, makes it 3rd and 2. We're gonna hurry up, and he might get super aggressive and run commit. I thought because he has given up so many yards, he might run commit right there. It's 11 carries for 200, and like I said, like nothing crazy. Like we haven't done anything in this game. We've had 2 really long runs, but that we haven't done in other games. It's just sometimes it works out. In other games, it doesn't quite maybe work as well. There, that's a run that we had hit earlier. We also, remember, out of the trips tight end, you have... which one of these has the buck sweep?
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up in the line of scrimmage.
We'll throw here a little bit. Maybe see if we can hit score to Gronk real quick out. I tried to get rid of that. Sack isn't the worst thing right there for us. But now on 3rd and 19, you definitely want to keep the clock moving. Because you don't have time maybe on your side. Was it trips tight end?
I agree with you totally. Sometimes you have to understand situations. Get rid of the football. Save some yardage to make it less to gain for the next down. Instead, he was so hipped on ball security, he held on to it and took a big sack.
They come out 5 wide.
We're going to have to take a timeout. Because we weren't really ready.
We'll get a timeout. It's just their first,
Call
down to 2 remaining as we step aside here.
Let's go to the concept. We'll use an outside run concept. We'll look for the sweep. And then you see it was in the gun wide trips halfback week is where the buck sweep is. So let's see if we can get out there. We didn't break this run earlier when we had the chance, but this time we do. I knew that this run had a lot of potential on that first play. And this time we stay in bounds. And it was wide open for us right there. So I do think this is going to be one of the better runs. Look how fast that guy gets out there. You just need him to find a blocker. Like, he doesn't always find his blocker, I guess. But try that buck sweep if you're in this Texans playbook. I would say gun, tight doubles on. We showed you just the one crossers play, but obviously bench could be pretty good, or tight curl. But then you have drive trail from gun snugs too. So you have the tight and then you have the snugs. I wonder if you could audible between the two. I would make a few adjustments to this.
Rodgers looking to throw.
There we have the drag coming underneath.
And he'll be brought down at the 21.
Drive trail, pretty good play. Texans switch. I don't know what I'd do with X here, but you might use this for a wheel to Gronk. You maybe slam Hopkins across the middle. Let's see if we can go one-on-one to Gronk. No, we got to throw to RB. Try to get it out to RB. Was unable to. Here we go. This corner route. Get open. Nope, it's going to be AP underneath. No, it's not. It's going to be Marvin Harrison, but an overthrow from Rodgers. And then on 3rd and 19, we just have one more play here. It's a PA. We're going to look to the B route or the wheel. I would use this in quite a few situations, depending on what we needed. Obviously, we hot routed Peterson. And then you get the Hopkins route coming back across the middle. I'm not going to rub this one in. This guy's a good player. He made some really good reads. He just got unlucky with a couple turnovers in the red zone. And we know what it's like to be on the other side of that. But I'm pretty sure this guy checks out the stream because he uses a lot of the same concepts. So I want to give that guy a good game. And overall, I mean, you know, you watch the last video where we lose with the Bengals, and you watch this video where we win with the Texans. And the question is, like, how can you say the Bengals is better than the Texans when the results are so much more in favor of the Texans? And, you know, it's just kind of the way Madden players are, right? Like, once there's more scheme ability in the Bengals. It's a higher degree of difficulty, but the Texans is good for one-off plays and quick hitting runs, and yeah, the Buck sweep's good, but overall, I still think it's better. And this Texans playbook, I think, will fall somewhere between 15 to 18 when it's all said and done.